This man never expected that just by choosing Hell mode on the game screen, he would reincarnate as a serf in another world. What surprised him even more was that the experience he needed to level up was 67 times the normal amount, making his growth extremely slow, but his growth limit was removed. As for his class, Summoner, he could consume mana to create cards and summon corresponding beasts. Different summon beasts possess skills such as scouting, combat, and debuffs, forming a card-based tactical system, but the strength of the summoned beasts was strictly tied to the player's level. So Jack, in order to become stronger, relied on his gaming knowledge from his previous life, continuously working hard and exploring, and began his adventure in the other world. Originally, Jack was a 35-year-old corporate drone, with no savings, no education, and no partner. His only hobby was playing games. One day, the online game he had played for 3 years shut down, so he wanted to find a game he could play for more than 10 years. Then a window suddenly popped up with a game called The Endless Game. As a veteran gamer, Jack chose the highest difficulty Hell mode without hesitation. Leveling up required 100 times the experience of normal mode, but there was no growth limit. He then chose the rarest and hardest class, Summoner. Once he finished selecting, something unbelievable happened. Jack reincarnated into a world of swords and magic with the memories of his previous life. Unknowingly, 6 or 7 years had passed. Jack had started life in Hell mode. His identity was that of a serf, unable to take any other class, and unable to leave the village. However, he had a happy family. As for being a reincarnator, Jack never told anyone. He didn't want his family in this world to fear him, because his class was Summoner. He could consume mana to create cards, and summon beasts to fight with him, but he still couldn't fight the vicious monsters of this world. For him right now, the most important thing was the blessings from his summoned beasts. If he placed cards in the 20 equipment slots, the blessings of the summoned beasts would raise his stats. Thus, Jack's strength was about the same as an adult's. However, at that moment, Jack's childhood friend Lisa came to play with him again. Although Jack had the mental age of 35, he didn't dare relax at all when playing night games with Lisa. After all, she was incredibly strong. In the next second, Lisa charged at him like a bolt of lightning, her speed and strength astonishing. Jack clearly prioritized agility growth, but his body still couldn't keep up with her. In the end, even his sword was broken by Lisa. This was already the 10th one, but to Lisa, playing night games with Jack was more fun than playing with her father. Jack smiled on the surface, but inside he was extremely frustrated. He had worked hard for 5 years, yet she surpassed him effortlessly. But Jack didn't need to feel discouraged, because Lisa's class was Sword Saint, someone destined to serve the royal family in the future. In this world, humans undergo an appraisal ceremony after turning 6 or 7. However, the funny thing was that Jack's class showed up as garbled text. The reason was that the Summoner class had just been newly created, and the god of this world was too lazy to complete the related settings, causing everyone to mistakenly believe Jack had no class. Fortunately, his parents didn't dislike him, and even said they would raise him well. Even though the family was so poor they didn't even have a bathroom, Jack still felt it was wonderful to be born into this family. Upon hearing that the Night Order would visit Sword Saint Lisa today, Jack decided to join the crowd. The villagers had gathered early in the square. The difference between commoners and serfs was still obvious at a glance, but at that moment, the Night Order arrived in a grand procession. The captain of the Swordmaster Knights was as handsome as ever, the idol of all the children. But upon learning that the Sword Saint was just a child, the captain said that falsifying talent was a capital offense. Next, to verify whether you truly have talent, a mock battle will be held. If you refuse to fight now, both you and your father will be executed. No one expected the Night Order to be so unreasonable, but when it came to fighting, Lisa was